Development. Thank you for joining us here this evening for our public meeting scheduled to hear public comments for all of our year 52, 25, 26 HUD entitlement grants. Specifically Community Development Block Grant, Emergency Solutions Grant, and the Home Partnership Program. I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order since it's 5:30, and we will begin the public comment portion of the meeting shortly. But before we get started, just want to recognize some of the staff that we have here this evening. Tanya Eastman, our Director of Grants, was at the door. We also have Sue McMahon, who is our Emergency Solutions Grant Administrator, and Renee Schwonier, who is our Home Program Administrator. And Sophie Fisher, who manages our CDBG program, is not yet here, but recognize her contributions as well. If you would like to speak this evening, we do ask that you complete a speaker card at the front with Tanya if you have not already. If you decide that you would like to speak later, you're welcome to do so at any point in time between now and the end of the meeting. Tanya will also have a copy of the draft action plan available at the back of the room if you have not had the opportunity to see that. That plan is also available on the city's website at syr.gov for anyone who is watching at home as well. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to provide comments. In the event that you need any additional time, you have a couple different options. You may either return to the end of the speaker line to provide some additional comments. You may hand your papers to me with any written comments, or you may submit your comments to us electronically after the fact. We will also have a second public hearing opportunity that is scheduled at a date yet to be determined that will be held by the Common Council. And the public comment period will be open until Friday, March 5th at 11:59 p.m. So anytime between now and then, we will accept comments submitted written or electronically. When you do come to the podium, please state for the record your full name and spell your last name, please, for our folks that are here documenting the meeting, and then also the agency or organization you're representing, if applicable, and the address of the organization that you are representing. So with that, we will go ahead and get started. The first person that we have up on our list here is Marquita Hetherington from Blueprint 15.
Good evening. My name is Marquita Hetherington. It is spelled Hetherington. I work at Blueprint 15. The address for Blueprint 15 is 819 South Salina Street, Syracuse, New York, 13202. I wanted to just give my gratitude and thanks for being considered and potentially approved for funding for the FAITH program, which I am the program coordinator of. In the last year, have provided the city of Syracuse with 3 new homeowners, and I have provided the program itself for over 115 people. I'm looking forward to expanding that and also trying to offer it in Spanish as well, in other languages if needed. But we love the program, and we are grateful that we're able to continue to do so, providing that service for residents in the 15th Ward.
Thanks, Marquita. All right, next up we have Jamaris Negron Carter. Did I say that right? Home headquarters? All right, come on up.
Hello, my name is Jamaris Negron Carter, NEGRON-CARTER. I'm a senior mortgage loan officer at Home Headquarters, located at 625 Erie Boulevard West, Suite 100, Syracuse, New York, 13204. I'm writing both as an employee of Home Headquarters and as someone who has personally used SHARP and CDBG urgent care funds. These programs are essential to our families and neighborhoods we serve in. SHARP and CDBG urgent care funding allows HHQ to help income-eligible homeowners address critical health and safety repairs such as failing roofs, heating systems, plumbing, and electrical hazards that many residents cannot afford on their own. These funds help people remain safely in their homes and prevent displacements. On a personal level, receiving these assistance made it possible for me to complete urgent repairs and maintain a safe, stable home. On a broader level, these funding strengthens neighborhoods by preserving housing, preventing blight, and supporting long-term homeownership. Continued investments in these programs directly improves quality of life for Syracuse residents and helps keep our community strong.
Thank you. All right, next up we have Chrissy Rizzo from On Point for College.
Chrissy Rizzo, last name Rizzo. I'm with On Point for College, 224 Harrison Street, Suite 603, Syracuse 13202. I'd like to extend the thanks of On Point for College, its students, and especially our Deputy Director of Workforce Development, Dr. Patricia Washington, for consideration of our proposal for CDBG funding. Our career services are important for our students to help them compete in the workforce. Studies have shown that our students are well-equipped when they have a degree, but they're also ill-equipped in terms of their networking resources, their soft skills, their career readiness skills. On Point's Career Services, with the help of CDBG funding, has been able to provide workshops, internship experiences, job shadowing, and other opportunities for our students to gain competitive edge in the workforce job hunt. We are very, very grateful for the opportunity to be considered again, as funding is always at a premium. Thank you so much, and we look forward to providing these services for our students for another year.
Thanks, Chrissy. All right, next up we have Talisha Black with Home Headquarters.
Good evening. My name is Talisha Black, B-L-A-C-K. I work for Home Headquarters, address 625 Erie Boulevard West, Syracuse, New York, 13205. Oh, excuse me, 4. So I'm here as the Homeownership Center Manager at Home Headquarters. I'm also a HUD certified housing counselor, and we do use CDBG funds to assist with our clientele. As part of my day-to-day activities, I teach the 8-hour education to prepare future homeowners to give them the tools of what they should look out for as they go through this process. We do a housing counseling after they complete that course, and we give them credit assistance or credit analysis and financial analysis as to prepare them for what it takes to become homeowners in their journey. Last year, we had more than 800, almost 900 people to come through our program. And of that 800, we had 257 homebuyers facilitated. And with those people that had been facilitated, more than half of them identify as a minority, or they're in the low to moderate income bracket. CDBG funds provide support for the housing, the homeownership efforts. And a quick story, we also work with the faith program, and we have facilitated one of their, well, all 3 of their buyers, but it's just a good resource that we use on a day-to-day basis. Thank you.
Thanks, Talisha. All right, next up we have Brian Fay with Syracuse Northeast Community Center.
Evening. Brian Fay, F-A-Y, representing Syracuse Northeast Community Center and NEDA, Syracuse Northeast Community Center at 716 Hawley Ave, Syracuse, New York, 13203. On behalf of Syracuse Northeast and NEDA and our neighbors, I'm grateful to you and to the entire NBD staff for working collaboratively with all the organizations gathered here today to build a stronger, safer, healthier community with growing opportunities for all. SNCC and NEDA work together with NBD to promote housing security for the 8,000-plus neighbors we serve through direct housing support and supportive services that build self-reliance, reduce crime, and increase home occupancy and home ownership. We do this work in a cost-effective, collaborative manner that supports HUD and NBD goals, and we look forward to continued partnership in the coming program year. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. All right, next up we have Crystal Cosentino with the Rescue Mission.
Crystal Cosentino, last name Cosentino, with the Rescue Mission. We're at 155 Gifford Street, Syracuse, 13202. Good evening, my name is Crystal Cosentino. I am the Chief Strategy Officer for the Rescue Mission to express support and thanks for the Emergency Solutions Grant allocation of $33,000 for our Homeless Intervention Services, or HIS team. The HIS team is one of the city's frontline response to unsheltered homelessness, last year serving 106 individuals, those living outside who often self-report a mental health diagnosis, last year 75% of them, or a substance use concern, last year 60%. Many are managing both. These are some of our most vulnerable neighbors and often the least connected to traditional services. Our outreach workers meet people where they're at, on the streets, in encampments, encouraging them over time to come into shelter or pursue housing. They also provide essential supplies such as food and water, clothing, coats, hats, and gloves. We are out there in all types of weather conditions. The ESG funding ensures we can maintain this presence and continue engaging the approximately 100 individuals each year who would otherwise have no consistent support. This investment protects lives, reduces strain on emergency services, and strengthens our community's response to the homelessness problem. I'd like to thank you for your continued support and partnership.
Thanks, Crystal. All right, next up we have Sharon Sherman with the Greater Syracuse Tenants Network.
Sharon Sherman, Greater Syracuse Tenants Network, 731 James Street, Syracuse 13203. I'm going to talk a little about the plan itself. I am concerned that the city spent a lot of money for a housing plan, and by design, that only dealt with private housing. Years ago, this plan that we're looking at had an in-depth section on the issues of subsidized housing. There is no plan for subsidized housing subsidized housing. We need to be aggressively working to preserve the existing Section 8 housing that we have in the community. We also need to be seriously looking at this affordable housing that is being built, the fact that it does not serve the needs of the very poor people in our community. So I'm urging the city, years ago, the plan included a list of all the subsidized housing in the city of Syracuse. There is no compilation of how much subsidized housing it is, what are the needs, what's going on with it. So I really think there should be a new focus because it's neglected and we're in danger of losing it. I will say that my organization, which continues to be underfunded, is working with, at this year, 7 subsidized houses, buildings in the city, the Courtyard, which is tax credit, McCarthy Manor, traditional HUD, Parkside Commons, traditional HUD, Valley Vista, tax credit, West Park, tax credit, Brighton Towers, formerly traditional HUD, now tax credit, and Hillside tax credit. This tax credit housing is struggling to survive because of issues like increasing insurance costs. There is a lack of ability to hire staff for maintenance and other workforce issues. So I guess what I'm saying today is I think that the city needs to respond to the fact that there seems to be no analysis of subsidized housing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. All right, next up, we have Priscilla Sanchez with Home Headquarters.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today, for allowing me to share my story. My name is Priscilla Sanchez, S-A-N-C-H-A-Z. I am a homeowner, thanks in part in support of the program offered by Home Headquarters. I bought my home when I was 30 years old. My husband and I made the decisions together, but the home is on my name. But for me, that was just sorry, I'm a little nervous. That was just in paperwork. It was a symbol of stability, security, and breaking cycles. I came to the country when I was 11 years old from the Dominican Republic. I was raised by a single father. We didn't grow up with a lot, but we grew up with values, hard work, and family, and perseverance. As an adult, everything I do is for my family. I fight every day to build stability, opportunity, and a better future for my children. When we started thinking about buying a home, it felt overwhelmed. Like many first-time home buyers, especially minority family, we didn't grow up learning how to navigate homeownership, grants, or financing program. That's where Home Headquarters stepped in. Through the first-time home buyer program, home ownership, counseling, and closing cost assistance made it possible through community developed Black grants, fundings. They helped make something possible that once felt out of reach. Home Headquarters didn't just help us buy a house, they helped us give us family, my family, a place to build memories. They helped give my children stability. They help giving minorities family a real opportunity to build generational security. They saw our needs, they believe in our potential, and they gave us a tool to succeed. Today, I'm not just a homeowner, I'm also someone who serves in the community. I work in the healthcare field, and I sit on the board that supports families that just like me. Programs like this matter. They change lives, they change futures, and they create strong community. There are families right now where I was once working hard, doing everything right, but just needing that extra support, guidance, and or opportunity. Because programs like this, families like mine, don't just survive. We build, we grow, and we give back. I'm deeply grateful from Home Headquarters in the city of Syracuse, and to the partners and funding source that makes this work possible. Thank you for investing in family. Thank you for, I'm so emotional, sorry.
No, you're doing great. You are at 3 minutes, though, so if it's okay, we will take your paper comments.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Priscilla. All right, next up, we've got In My Father's Kitchen.
John Tamino, co-founder, executive director in My Father's Kitchen, 501 Holly Ave, Syracuse, 13203. Deputy Commissioner, thank you for hosting all of us today, and we appreciate the city's continual support of the work that we do at In My Father's Kitchen and the city's belief in outreach to the chronically homeless of Central New York, which is our demographic, those living in places not meant for human habitation. The importance of outreach is important to me, and I believe for the city as well, by the faithful commitment that you've made over the years supporting In My Father's Kitchen, and we thank you for considering us going forward into this new coming year. Just give you an example, this past summer we had an active caseload of over 90 individuals with 2 care managers and myself riding out with a medical van and a doctor from upstate. The funds that come in from the ESG grant to In My Father's Kitchen allows us to do outside the box thinking, dealing with food, supplies, and whatever needs to be done to help individuals come indoors. As I stand here and speak to you this evening, we have an active caseload through the winter of over 40 individuals, so the outreach support through the ESG grant is vital to In My Father's Kitchen, to continually assisting us and helping those that are outside that feel invisible. So I just want to thank the city for concerning us again, and we just truly appreciate you guys. God bless you.
Thanks, John. All right, I think Tanya's got some more cards for me here, so. Okay, next up we have Bob Sikowski with Empire Housing and Development.
Good evening. I'm Bob Sikowski. It's Sekowski. I'm with Empire Housing and Development. In the proposed budget this year for year 52, we see that approximately 25 programs were funded. Most were held harmless and a few got small increases. 4 or 5 are slated for relatively speaking, small cuts. I know every cut is difficult for an agency, but relatively small cuts. They range from 1,000 and in one case as much as 5,000. Then there was Empire Housing, which is recommended to receive a $61,000 funding cut, which is 55% of our allocation from last year. This stands out to us and it doesn't seem right. Empire has worked in partner with the City of Syracuse and NBD for 31 years, started getting CD funding in 1995. In that time, we've completed approximately 600 affordable home ownership projects and some affordable rental projects as well. Our primary activity is a purchase rehab program, which uses largely AHC funds, Affordable Housing Corporation funds. And these funds are used, 90% of the funds are used for construction subsidies to make the projects happen. We get all this money on our own. We've secured $17 million over this time frame, and we don't use any city dollars to rehab the houses. We work with Peace, with Home Headquarters, with lead, and leverage other funds from private funding sources. So we think it's a pretty good investment for the city of Syracuse. We get roughly 100, 110, and we bring in, last year, $1.4 million. This year, we just received a grant a few months ago for $965,000 from AHC for the program. We applied for funding this year. We had our meeting with staff. Thought we aligned well with goals and objectives. We consistently meet our aims, our goals that are stated, and we're certainly will do it again this year. I don't understand why there'd be a cut. At a time when there's a housing crisis, an affordability crisis, we feel the city should be building capacity to provide affordable housing, develop more affordable housing, and working with the agencies that actually produce it. There aren't many housing agencies that produce affordable housing in Syracuse. And to cut one that's been a reliable partner for 31 years, we think is poor policy, and it will threaten our ability to continue, and it also threatens the people that we serve. So we hope you'll reconsider and restore the funding to us so we can continue to work with NBD, with the City of Syracuse, and provide more housing, more affordable housing for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Next up, we have Bill DeMauro with Empire Housing.
Good evening, Michelle. I'm not sure if I should use an alias. My doctor doesn't know I'm here. But it's Bill DeMarle. Last name is DeMarle, and I'm with Empire Housing. I've been out of work a little bit lately. Bob and I have been talking quite a bit about this, and I scribbled some stuff down here, and I thought I'd take just a slightly different approach here and just talk about the people that we work with, our clients. So I wrote down here, this past year we brought in $1.4 million. We collaborate with peace and weatherization programs. We collaborate with the lead program. And just this past year we did a number of healthy homes projects with Home Headquarters. So here's what I'm thinking about the people we help. And I'll just use their first names. But Annette, she's a grandmother raising 3 grandchildren. Nicole, she's a single mom with 1 child. Sabrina, she's a single mom. Felix, he's a single dad with 1 child. Edward Garcia and Maria LeBron. We're collaborating with Hope Print for 2 projects on North Albert Street, and we have subsidies set aside for their projects, and we're working with them. Deborah, she's a single female head of household. Belinda and Eric, they run a daycare out of their home. Frances, she's a senior, and she's a single head of household. Leah and Orlando, they have 3 children at home. Roseanne, she's a senior, and she's also a single head of household. Tanita, she's a single head of household. Debbie, she's a single head of household. Brittany, she's a single head of household. Tiana, she's a single head of household. Patik, she's a single head of household. Clinique, she's a single head of household. Meli Ruiz, she's not a single head of household. Yanel and Jeanette, not a single head of household. Enid, a single head of household. Kiosha, a single head of household. Fiora, she's a single head of household. And Medell, a single head of household. These are 25 clients that we have just finished up or are currently working with, and this is what we do on a year-to-year basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. We got a couple more comments from folks. Thank you. All right, we've got Andre Harper with Dunbar Center.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity to speak, and I'm just here on advocating for those who come through the Dunbar Center, whether they're seniors or youth. I know our mission is to provide them with some of the opportunities to be in a safe space, fraternize with one another. We're fighting so hard to get seniors to connect with one another so that we can overcome some of the isolation that exists within this community, as well as giving kids the opportunity to come together, express themselves, and really try to find different ways to get things done. So I just want to thank the Common Council for all it does to support the Dunbar Center, and we're working very hard to convert what you provide us into special services for the people that we serve. I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. All right, that concludes all of the folks that have submitted cards to speak. Is there anyone else who has not had a chance to speak yet who would like to make any comments? All right, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and close this evening's meeting. Again, in the event that anyone else has additional comments that they would like to submit, we encourage you to do so electronically via email to nbd@syr.gov or at our subsequent public meeting that will be scheduled with the Syracuse Common Council. We will be accepting comments between now and March 5th. So thank you again for all of the great work that you all do, and hope you all have a great evening.